Hello everyone, my name is Saif and you are watching Coding Tutor YouTube channel. In the previous video, we had made the design of our calculator and now in this video, we are going to make it functional and completely working. So let's get started. First of all, I will set IDs for all of these buttons and this text label. So let's start with the text view. For this text, I will set the ID txt field. For the button, I will set ID, it's button 7, so I will set ID btn 7. Similarly, I will set IDs for all the buttons. For 8, let's say btn 8, btn 9, btn equal and btn clear. Now we have set IDs for all the buttons and the text view. Now let's set click listeners on all of these buttons. So whenever a button is clicked, we need to see which button is clicked and process accordingly. To set click listener on 0, I will type on click property and here I need to give the function name. I will write on click btn 0. Now you can see it's giving error and it's because we have not defined this function inside our Kotlin file. We don't have that function, so it's giving error. The shortcut to create this function is to click on the function name and press Alt Enter and select the second option, which will auto create the function in our Kotlin file. Now you can see the error is gone because the function is defined in the Kotlin file. So let's repeat this process for all the buttons. Set click listeners on other buttons as well. On click btn divide we have set click listeners on all of our buttons, and if we go to Kotlin file, we can see all the functions are auto created by Android Studio. Now let me organize them in a more readable fashion. Alright, I have organized the functions under numbers, symbols and others. These functions are for our numbers from 0 to 9, and these functions are for plus, minus, multiply and divide, our arithmetic operators, and the other two are equal and the clear. Now first of all, we need to create 3 variables. First variable will be operand 1. I will write var operand 1. Its data type will be string and by default it should be empty. Similarly, I will create variable operand 2, same data type string and empty, and I will create another variable for operator. Now let me go to the layout file and explain what we are going to do in our functionality. Whenever user will type something, for example 1 plus 2, first of all we will show that 1 plus 2 here in the text field, and in the background we will store the first value 1 in operand 1 variable, operator plus in the operator variable and the value 2 in the second operand, which is operand 2. So if, let's say if user type 4 minus 5, we will show 4 minus 5 here and store 4 in operand 1, minus in operator, and 5 in operand 2 variable. Then whenever user will press equal sign, we will see the values of those two operands, then see the operator. Based on operator, we will perform calculation on our two operands, like addition, multiplication, subtraction or division based on the operator. So let's do it now in the code. So let's start with the on click button 0. This is the function which will be called when button 0 is pressed. So first of all, what we have to do is show the number which is typed on the text field. What was the idea of that text field? That was txt field. Yeah, txt field. We will set its text value to 0. Next, we will store the value 0 inside either operand 1 or operand 2. To check whether the value should be stored in operand 1 or operand 2, we will check the value of operator. If it is empty, which means it's not typed, it's not entered by user, then we will store this value 0 inside operand 1. If operator is not empty, then we will store in operand 2. So let's type the if condition. If operator is empty, then we will store 0 inside operand 1. Otherwise, we will store 0 in operand 2. Okay. So what we have done is whenever button 0 is pressed, we will show that 0 on the text field. Then we check either operator is typed. If operator is not typed, that means we will store this 0 in operand 1. Otherwise, we will store it in operand 2. Now we can copy this and paste to all the functions. We will change the values here. This is click listener for the button 1. You can see all of our functions are having same code, but just having a different number. To make it precise, what we can do is copy this code, make a separate function, let's say process number, and put this code inside that function. So let's make that function fun. I will call it process number. It should accept a parameter to tell the number which was typed. I'll say the parameter should be number having data type string. Now instead of 0, I will type number and set this to all the places. Now I can remove this code and call the process number function, and here I will pass number 0. Similarly, I can do this for all the functions. Remove the whole code, call this function and pass the appropriate number. So button 1 is pressed, so I will pass 1 to the process number function. So let's repeat it for all the functions. Now you can see our code is looking good and precise. Now let's work on the functions for our operators. So we will start with button plus. So when plus is pressed, what we need to do? First of all, we will show the plus on the text field. Next, we will store this variable in the operator variable. Okay, so I will write operator is equal to plus. Now let me copy this and paste to the other functions. For this it should be minus. For the multiplication button it should be x. For the divide it should be slash. Now again we can see we are repeating this code again and again. We can make a separate function for that and just call that function in all of these functions. So I will write fun process symbol. Okay, it should also accept a parameter which should be operator. I will write op as data type should be string, and I will copy these lines and paste here. Instead of plus it should say op. Now we can remove these lines and call the process symbol function, and here the parameter should be plus. Now let's work on the other two buttons, which are equal sign and the clear. First let's do the clear. Whenever button clear is pressed, we need to clean the text field, and we will reset all of these variable values. Okay, let's do it. So txt field should be empty. Now let's reset the variables. Operand 1 should be empty, operand 2, and operator. So what we have done is, when button clear is pressed, we clear the text field and we reset our variables to start the next calculation. So button clear is also functional. The app is running. Let's say if I press 1, it's showing 1, that's fine. If I press some operator, let's say plus, now there's a problem. It should not override plus, it should write 1 plus. Now if I press 2, it's showing just 2. It should show 1 plus 2. Let's fix this first. Let's check if our clear button is working fine. I press this clear button and that's working fine. So let's work on our numbers. They should not override the value, they should append the values when they are typed. We will go to the process number function. Now here if you see, whenever a number is typed, let's say 0. Now whenever a number is pressed, let's say 1, that 1 will be written on the text field. Next I press plus, the plus will be written on the text field. What should happen is, the plus should be appended to the existing value, which was 1. What we should do is take the existing value of the text field and append the new number with that. I will remove this. I will type text field dot text. Okay, and I will convert it to string, and then I will append that number. Okay, so instead of just writing the number on the text field, what we are doing is taking the existing value of our text field, then appending the number to the text field. Let's do the same thing to our process symbol function. So it should be, let's remove this, write text field dot text dot to string plus op. So we are taking existing value of the calculator, then appending the operator, let's say plus in our case. Now if we test, so now if I press 1 plus 2, you can see it's working now. Now let's work on this button equal sign, which will perform the calculation and show the result on the text field. So let's jump to the code. So here we need to process the numbers and show the result on the text field. So first of all, we need to make sure that operand 1, operator and operand 2, all of them are non-empty. They should not be empty. So let's write the if statement. Operand 1 is empty, should not be empty, and operator should not be empty, and operand 2 should not be empty. If this condition is true, then we can perform the calculation. Do calculation, and if this condition is false, do nothing. Now to do calculation, first of all we need to check the operator. Let's write another if statement. If operator equals plus, that means we will do addition. Else if the operator is minus, we will subtract. Let me copy this and paste 2 more times. Okay, these comments are just to make our code more readable and easy to follow. Now let's make a result variable here to store the result of our calculation. Let's say var result, and by default we can set its value to 0. Okay, now here we will add the two operands, operand 1 and operand 2, and store the result in this variable. So write result is equal to operand 1 plus operand 2. It's giving an error here. Basically our operand 1 and operand 2 variables are string, and strings cannot be added. Convert these strings to integer number. We can do that by simply writing a function operand 1 dot to int. So now operand 1 has converted to integer number. Let's do the same thing to the operand 2. Now you can see error is gone. Similarly, let's copy this and paste for other calculations. Here it should be minus. Here it should be star. For multiplication, we use the operator star. Here it will be divide. Okay, down here we will print the result on our text field. So we will write txt field dot text is equal to result. So it should be text. Now this is giving an error because this result is a integer number. So I need to convert it to string first, and then I can set it on the text field. Okay, to simply convert it to string, I will write to string. So our equal function is also ready. Let's run the app and test how it's working. So let's say if I write 1 plus 2 and press equal, it's showing 3. So that means our calculator is working. Let's perform subtraction. 5 minus 4, that's also fine. And let's say 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6. So all of our arithmetic functions are working. But there's a problem. Let's say if I write, let's say 12 plus 3. Now it's giving 5. Why is that? Let me write again. 12 plus 3. Let's analyze our code number by number. So let's say if I press 1, what's happening is process number gets executed. It shows number 1 on the screen. It checks if operator is empty. Yes, we have not typed any operator, so this condition will execute and the number 1 will be stored in operand 1. Now if I type 2, same function gets executed. It shows 12 on the screen and again the operator is empty. So this condition will execute and here you can see the problem. Now this variable number is having value 2. So what we are storing in operand 1? We are storing 2 in operand 1, not 12. So we are overwriting the new digits on our operand. What we should do is we should concatenate the digits. Right now our operand only supports single digit. It should support multiple digits. To do that, we should take the value of operand, then concatenate the new number which is typed, and then store it in the operand value. So we should take the existing value of operand 1, then concatenate the new number which is typed. Okay, and we should do the same thing for operand 2. Now if we run and test, now if I type 12 plus 3 is equal to 15, which is correct. Now our operands are supporting multiple digits, and let's perform some other calculation. Let's say 20 multiplied by 20, 400, which is correct. So we have completed the basic functionality of our calculator. We can make it more advanced, for example writing lengthy expressions with multiple operands and operators, but we will leave that for another video. So please let me know if you want the advanced version of this calculator, and if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button and subscribe our channel for the new videos. Thanks for coming.